everyone, and hi Simon.
Hi Angelica, hello everybody.
So last week in our Facebook video, Managing Anxiety Effectively Through Storywork, we worked on me writing down all my anxious thoughts and feelings in a story format about my fear of stuffing up, being judged, feeling disconnected, alone and sad. So in the last week, I've been saying this story to myself every day, twice a day, in a Marge Simpson voice. So that's the anxious Marge Simpson. So, I think I might forget my words and stumble. I think I might go red, tremble, look funny. I think I'll go quiet, blank. I think I won't have friends, connections. I think I'll be alone.
Wow, it's funny when you do that voice, Angelica.
Yes.
So how has your relationship with this story changed? Has it gone away completely?
No, it hasn't, but I can sort of laugh at it and see it more for what it really is. A story created in my mind, and I no longer believe it. And I don't believe it's the truth. So it feels lighter, less in my face. So when I'm speaking to a large group, an audience, I'm more able to focus on what I'm saying and the people I'm talking to.
Great, Angelica. So story work is really helping.
Yes, but sometimes I wonder how realistic or true some of these stories in my head really are. And could some stories in other people's mind be quite realistic?
Well, yes, some stories are very realistic, and in those cases, it's about making room for the stories without getting caught up in them.
So allowing yourself to have the difficult thoughts and feelings. Okay, and Simon, is there any research that shows that anxious people overpredict the likelihood of negative things happening?
Yes, Angelica, there is. Let me show you. A great piece of research was done years ago with 100+ people who have social anxiety. They were asked to socialize at a party. There were a number of observers observing those 100+ people, and they were recording their observations and their thoughts. At the end of the party, when the anxious people had finished socializing, the people were asked how many observers noticed you. And if those observers noticed you, did they think about you? And if they thought about you, what thoughts did they have about you? Were the thoughts positive, neutral, or negative? What the researchers found was that the more socially anxious, so the higher up the people had, the more social anxiety they had, the more they overpredicted or thought that the observers were noticing them, looking at them, thinking about them, and thinking negatively about them.
So is it only socially anxious people who overpredict the possibility of these negative events happening? Or can it be any anxiety and overpredicting about anything?
You're right, Angelica. It can be about anything. So when we have an anxious story and we're worried about negative things happening, it's likely that our anxious selves are over-predicting the likelihood that negative things will happen.
Yeah, I see. Thanks, Simon.
Thank you, Angelica. So in managing your stories in future, everybody, I hope that you're able to step back from those anxious thoughts and feelings, see them for what they are, an interesting story. Some of the thoughts may be realistic, some of them may not, and it's important to relate to that story more helpfully.
Okay, thanks, Simon.
Thanks, everybody.
And in our next video, we'll be joined by one of our other clinical psychologists, Dr. Veena Sothisen.
Hi everyone, look forward to sharing something helpful with you next video.